but I'm still seething with rage inside. So, I'll give you a quick recap of this game. If you didn't have a chance to watch it or anything, I'm sure most of you did, but basically what happened, Aaron Rodgers turned into MVP Aaron Rodgers, and the defense turned into MVP Aaron Rodgers defense, and the officials turned into let's screw the Packers at every single point that we can possibly find to screw them type of officiating, especially on the last play, which was after I looked at the picture of what happened on the last play, it was the most clear and obvious defensive pass interference you could ever see. Now I know why MVS dropped the ball. It hit him off the chest. You know why? Because they had his arms locked to his side. They grabbed his arms and prevented him from catching the football. That's what happened there. It was defensive pass interference. And you know what they did? They didn't even go back and review it. They just let it happen. Under 2 minutes to go. Every turnover is reviewed. And they didn't even look at that. And now guess what? Aaron Rodgers has an interception and people are blaming him. Aaron Rodgers played as good as I've seen him play since 2016. He played at an MVP level. He was elite tonight. And guess what he did? He led the team down the field without his top 2 wide receivers on the field. And he got them to the 1-yard line and would have got them a touchdown if it weren't for a horse shit call. Dude, I can't wait 10 more days to watch Packers football. I can't wait 10 more days. I just can't. After a loss like that, there is nothing more that I want than to see my Packers go back out on the field and get a win. And I don't even have the opportunity to do that for another 10 days. You want to know the difference in that game, though? I mean, obviously, we can talk about not scoring at the 1-yard line when you had it at the 1-yard line 2 consecutive possessions. We can talk about that all we want. And, of course, I blame the Packers 100% for that, and I think that's the number one reason why they lost this game. They should have won the game 41-34. But the difference in this game, the differentiating touchdown in this game, you want to know what it is? You remember that guy, that linebacker, Barnett, for the Eagles that got the dirty hit on Jamal Williams and it was flagged? He shouldn't have been in the game. Because he led with his helmet after the play was over. Clear targeting, clear ejection. Didn't get thrown out of the game. Guess what? He stripped the ball from Aaron Rodgers with under a minute to play in the second quarter that led to an Eagles touchdown. The Eagles won the game by a touchdown. The Packers got screwed. Clear and simple. They got screwed. The DPI, twice the DPI that wasn't called. You also remember the one in the first drive to MVS. It checks all 3 of the check marks for DPI, especially on a downfield throw. The first drive to MVS, the third down throw to MVS. The Eagles DB had his arms and hands on MVS. He had his back turned to the football, wasn't looking for the football, and he clearly affected MVS's ability to catch the football. They reviewed it, and they didn't overturn it. I don't understand what you have to see. Like, what could they have possibly seen for them to say, no, we're not overturning that? It checks all 3 boxes. Those are the 3 things you look for when you're evaluating pass interference. Did they have their hands on them? Did they have their arms on them? Did they have their head turned? Did it affect their ability to make the catch? Those are the 3 things you look for. And guess what? They went to review for 5 minutes and they couldn't make that determination. The NFL's review system is screwed. It is unbelievable. You know, in all of these sports leagues, in the MLB, the NFL, and the NBA, officiating is ridiculous. Every single one of them. And you know what? I don't want to be that kind of guy that just bitches about, calls or whatever. And you guys know that. I don't do that very often. But when it's as obvious as it was, and they didn't even review the last play. They didn't even review it for DPI. His hands, the Eagle, if you go back and look at the picture, his hands had MVS's arms in like a lock. He could not move them. He could not make that catch because of the DPI, and they got an interception off of it. And that lost the game. Also, the defense was terrible. The run defense especially, 200 yards rushing. 200 yards! And here I was thinking this defense was finally good. It wasn't. They got almost no pressure on Wentz all night. They got 0 sacks. They got 0 forced turnovers. And they gave up 200 rushing yards. And they gave up 3 touchdown passes. Is this defense a fluke? I don't know. Probably not, actually. But they looked horrible tonight. They looked absolutely dreadful. And they better come back next week in Jerry World and make an impact. Because if they don't, they're not going to win the game. Because they have Ezekiel Elliott and one of the best offensive lines in football. So, there you go. That's all I have to say. That's all I really have to say at this point. And I probably shouldn't be as upset about this loss as I am. But when you have the opportunity to win a game like that, multiple times, with the ball at the 1-yard line, consecutive possessions, and you don't get even a single point, and then you give up 200 rushing yards, and then 2 DPI calls swing the game in the other team's favor, how can I not be upset? And, of course, we wasted MVP performance from Aaron Rodgers. And all the blame gets thrown on him because he threw the game-losing interception when it was a tipped ball that was DPI, and they didn't even go and review it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So, I'll see you next time. I'm not even going to waste time saying go follow me on Twitter or whatever. I'm just too pissed to even do that right now. So, see you guys next time. Go Pack, go. Whatever.